Hey everyone, the name is Kris. Welcome to Gear Corner. I'm super excited about this video because, well, first of all, because it's new amp day for me. Yay! And second of all, it's about an amp that I've been hyped about for so long. I've heard rumors that it's in the making, and then at Guitar Summit I had a really brief secret little test, and I loved it right away. It's the second generation, or like the newer version of my favorite amp ever. You've seen my good old Dynamis D40 for years now. That's the amp that I've been using in my videos, like at least 95% of them. It's one of my favorite amps ever, and it's definitely my favorite amp for pedals. And now here's the new generation. This is the REVV Dynamis D40. Hit subscribe and ring the notification bell if you enjoy my videos, and check out the links in the description box under this video. If you open it up, you'll find timestamps as always, and product links if you want to check out whatever I'm using today, especially the subject of this video. Well, you'll see all the specs and everything that you might be interested in. And now let's get into it. So what is the D40? It's a 2-channel amp that gives you one of the nicest clean sounds, that is now much more versatile and has much more headroom than in the first generation. So you can actually play it with a higher output humbucker guitar and still get a super clean tone at stage volume. Which is one of the very few things that I missed on the original Dynamis. It was kind of tough to get a super clean humbucker tone at proper, like, 105, 110 dB stage volumes. You had to be really careful with the clean channels volume because it had no gain adjustment. It was just a volume, that's it. And now, because you have the gain knob and the volume knob for the clean and for the drive channel, you can literally adjust the gain accordingly, whatever guitar you're using, whatever type of tone you want. And now it's time to talk about the lower row, which is the drive channel. It definitely changed. It went further away from their higher gain generator series amps. What that means is that it's less of a tight modern drive tone. It's much closer to the vibes you're getting when you crank like a JTM or a Bassman or something like that, like an old school drive tone. that will have all the sweetness if you leave the gain around like 12 o'clock, and will give you that crazy overdriven amp, old school amp tone if you crank the gain and crank the volume of that channel. You also have a boost knob per channel, which you can engage, and it will remember it. So if I turn on the boost for the drive channel and then go to the clean channel and come back, it's still on. Same goes for the bright setting, which also gets immediately saved once you engaged it for a certain channel. And same goes for the reverb, which is same as on the old Dynamis. It's a digital emulation of a spring reverb. It sounds beautiful, even nicer, even more realistic than on the first one. And on the back of the amp you have two knobs to adjust the level, first of all, of the reverb and the decay of the reverb. So now it's not preset like settings, it's literally knobs without notches, so you can just set it up exactly the way you want it to be. The main reason I fell in love with the original Dynamis is because it takes pedals better, in my opinion, better than any other amp. You can throw whatever drive pedal or fuzz pedal in front of the amp and it will sound best. That's definitely not something I've ever came across before trying the Dynamis, and that was the moment where I immediately had to get it. And that's obviously something that I was really looking forward to testing on the new one, because I still love pedals. I will still stick mostly to using drive pedals, and if it doesn't take pedals well, that's an issue. So I immediately started using like all kinds of pedals, my Blues Breakers style pedals, Clown style pedals, fuzzes, whatever it was, like clean boost, everything that I normally use, to see how this one reacts. And boy, oh boy. The amp does MIDI, which allows you to save presets, you know, tons of them. It's all savable. Like whatever you can switch on and off, you can program into a MIDI preset. And now about the load box and the embedded 2-note cabinet simulations. You can save your 2-note cabinet simulations inside the head and recall 6 from the front already. So even without programming MIDI or doing anything fancy, you can just literally click through 6 different cabinets. What you are hearing in this video is my favorite, well, one of my favorites really. It's like a 2-rock 2x12 cabinet that I made already in my Capture X. And I just threw that cab and mic simulation, like that whole preset, into the D40, and yeah, well, it was super easy. You have an app for your cell phone if you just want to control it, and that works via Bluetooth, or you can of course plug in your computer, whether it's a PC or a Mac, with a USB cable, and then use the software to transfer files, to save presets, to tweak whatever you want to tweak. And yeah, it's a very easy to use modern digital expansion for such a really cool sounding amp. Even though the drive channel on the new Dynamis is further away from that tight modern high gain tone than like the first generation was, it's all right because you can still make it chug easily. Just grab the right pedals in front of it, put like a clone style pedal or like a clean boost or both in front of it, and there you go. There's one last thing to do before I sum everything up, to compare the new Dynamis to the old one. I will play a little on the clean channel to show you what's up, and also on the drive channel to show what changed. My thoughts and impressions of the Dynamis D40. I mean, this video is obviously not a super calm and objective demonstrational video. It's much more of a dude being super excited, probably a little too excited about a guitar amp. Yeah, I mean, guitars and amps and pedals should awake some emotions. Like some you will just not care about, and some will sound so good or react so good and feel so good to play that they will make you play more and play better. And that's essentially why we like gear. And this amp is definitely my cup of tea. It's something that I loved about the first generation and then some more, because I can literally just take this, plug in 2 XLR cables and have my stereo cab simulated output, use in-ears whenever I want on stage or in the rehearsal room. I don't have to take a cab if I can't or don't want to. I don't have to take an external load box, whatever it is, the Capturex, the aux box, the Boss amp expander, whatever it is, the sewer reactive load. There are so many really, really cool load boxes and like cabinet, like impulse response loaders. They are all great, but it's just amazing to have all of that built in already and on such a high level. I mean, Tunos doesn't really need any introduction. Whatever they do is just amazing. I'm a big fan of all of their products, and it's just great to have something with such a good tone and so many different cabinet options already built in. And what I enjoy most about the D40, the new Dynamis, is that first of all, the clean channel sounds even more open and more, well, Fender Bassman-like in a way. It's not like a Fender amp, but it comes closer to that American clean sound. Might be also the different power amp with the two 6L6s compared to the 6 V6s in the original Dynamis. I don't know. I don't really care. What I know is that it sounds even more percussive and super clear, especially with humbuckers that stay clean if I want to. They don't break up on stage volumes. That is just the biggest thing for me. And of course, it still takes pedals like nothing else. And I'm so glad that they didn't sacrifice that just to have like a different voicing for the clean channel or for the drive channel. It's flawless, and I'm in love, and I need to stop this video to play some more for myself. So take it easy. See you down there in the comments. Let me know what you think about the D40, and see you in the next video next week. Bye bye.